Hello.
The drunker, but
It's your Batman
still not
voice.
that drunk.
Hello. I don't know. My Batman voice, because my regular voice would be up here, I guess, and my Batman voice would probably be down here.
Yeah.
Because that's you have to modulate.
You come down.
It's not this, but it's definitely down here.
No, it's not this.
That's really
Pray to
good.
me. No,
But you have to get that lisp, that weird lisp. I can't even do it. Where it's like,
Oh, the Val Kilmer list?
no, the Christian Bale list.
yeah,
Val Kilmer one's really prominent.
The S's become SH's.
Yeah.
There's,
I swear to me.
yeah, but in Batman Forever, there's one point where Val Kilmer says, "Tell me, Doctor, do you like the Thurketh?" And it's just really, seriously, YouTube it. It's great. It's really lispy.
I've erased those movies from my
Oh,
brain.
I like Batman.
You like the first one?
I like Batman Forever.
And how do you feel about Popol?
Or Totals.
Totals. I like Totals.
I like to think it ended after Batman Returns.
Oh, I like Forever. Yeah.
Which you saw it. You saw it. I know you saw it online. The pitch for a Batman '89 comic.
Yes.
And
they
it had
they
Billy.
somehow didn't pick it up.
What the fuck's
What
wrong
the
with him?
fuck?
Billy D. Williams was front and center
as
as
Two-Face.
Two-Face.
Really?
Yeah.
Gina Davis
Yeah.
was Poison
Gina
Ivy.
Davis?
Yes.
I mean that would have been.
Oh man.
They should really. DC should revisit that idea.
Well, if anybody at Warner Brothers had any fucking brains at all, what they would do is they would get Tim Burton to write a treatment for The Dark Knight Returns and have Michael Keaton, because he's appropriately old now,
Yeah.
and have Tim Burton direct The Dark Knight Returns
That'd be crazy.
with Michael Keaton as Batman.
Billy D. and Gina Davis.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the animated?
It's great.
It's so good.
I got chills whenever when he first puts the suit back on, and it's the cover from the first issue. Like it's the
Yes.
moving version of it where he's like
Yes.
slowly in slow motion, but with the lightning
the air.
behind him.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yes, fucking awesome.
That animated movie is in my list of favorite movies ever.
Okay, we will be replaced whenever they release the Killing Joke.
This is true.
They're doing it.
They
Mark
are doing
Hamill and Kevin Conroy. Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Grown-up, human, comic, people! Grown-up, human, comic, people!
Oh, that's gonna be awesome. Anyway, welcome back.
Haikus.
Hi.
Yeah, hi, Funk. Yeah, we're
Hi,
back
everybody.
now. Since it's a new episode again, we never reintroduce ourselves. We should do that actually. I think.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So to my left, go ahead.
Hi, Dan. Here again.
Becky, here.
Jer,
Two.
also.
This is Greg speaking.
Daniel, still owner of his own body.
Yep.
And owning it.
So fierce.
Sexy beast.
Damn,
dude.
girl. How do you do it?
Beast. You look so good.
You look good as fuck. And I'm
Does that look like
Jared.
Spock?
Did he look good as
Like
fuck?
Spock?
I said you look good as fuck. But
It'd be better if you said you look like Spock.
you look like Spock. You look so fucking good.
Those ears on your head.
Your eyebrows are just
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Weird ass eyebrows.
your eyes are turned up.
They're just so shot upwards.
Your eyebrows are turned right now. Anyway, this is episode 9, part 2.
Yep.
We've been drinking for a while. We just finished up the first half, and
Day
we're gonna go back
drinkers.
into the day drinking. Yes, it's Sunday.
Yeah, this is
we had
the
some
best.
brunch. We had some nice, some coffee. We had some pastries. We have some whiskey. We got some mimosas.
Hello,
Everything.
Frisco.
Everything.
And some wine as well.
So welcome to
wine.
the WB.
Wine is delicious.
Yeah. Yeah, some lovely wine. Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna jump right in because we don't have that much time left. I got to work soon, so we're gonna go into some hateful haikus. So Becky, you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
Let me find it. Okay.
For those of you who have not heard the segment before, hateful haikus is whenever we write a haiku about something we fucking hate, and we read it out loud to everyone else, and we all guess what we're talking about. So, Becky,
Okay.
the floor is yours.
I wrote one, yeah. So, YOLO, blessed, prayers, especially on Facebook. That's not how it works.
Wow, that's good. I like this is really good haiku.
Is it just anyone on Facebook?
Close. Yeah. Close.
Food bloggers.
Millennials.
It's not a specific like.
Is it a specific person?
I don't. I
It's a
don't.
term.
Oh.
And all right, I'll read it again. I think because especially the first line, I thought gave it away. YOLO, bless God, prayers, especially on Facebook. That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
So this is a term for people, for certain people, or like a group of people. So that's just not a specific person. Just a thing that.
It's a thing, kind of a term. It's actually a term for the first three things I said.
Hashtags.
Yes.
Nice.
Especially
Well
on
played.
Facebook, that's not how it works.
Right,
Because
right.
hashtags on Facebook
Don't do
work.
anything.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh God, I hate it so much.
Okay,
Yeah.
but going back, so we said this already, but so we're linking our Instagram to our
dear.
Facebook, which means
You will
those
see.
hashtags will be showing up on our Facebook.
Oh, well, I don't have Instagram, so
Okay.
but no, it's more specific types of because hashtags are brilliant in the way that they quantify data on Twitter.
Yeah.
But people who use hashtag blessed after I ate a piece of pizza. No, shut up, you dumb bitch.
Some of them, I actually know some people who use them ironically, and it is
Well,
kind of funny
There's
whenever.
there's a different, and you can tell the types of, and then
Right.
they have 8 emojis with the prayer symbol and the smiley face and the crying symbol, and I can't take it. So, but yeah, hashtags, hate them, and I hate the people that use. But like I said, especially on Facebook, you know, and I said those 3 specific ones that bother me the most, especially blessed.
Oh yeah, that's just
Prayers.
prayers.
I would say especially YOLO, which is really a term for people who don't know what carpe diem means.
Exactly. Yeah. But
Yeah.
You're too stupid to understand
Yeah.
that saying.
but
You should have learned that in high school, asshole.
yeah.
So for anybody who uses hashtags on Facebook,
Friend Becky.
unironically, and whose Facebook account is not linked to your Instagram or to your Twitter, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
Unless you want to replace your hashtag YOLO with hashtag Carpe Diem,
In which
then
case, we'll give you a pass.
we'll give you some points.
Yeah. Yeah. We might give you a shout out on the podcast. So
Yeah.
yeah, if we see it, we'll. Now we're gonna get an inundation of people just doing that to us.
Yeah.
'Cause we just
Oh, they're
asked- we
gonna
just
friend
a-
me and go hashtag friended Becky.
Yep, we just asked. We just asked for that. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
All right, so here I have one. We're just going to do 2 this episode. We'll do 2 every other episode. So here's mine. Totally useless. Look at me. Pay attention. My butt as a shelf.
Oh, I know. I think I know who this is.
Good.
Kim Kardashian.
Oh
Yeah.
I got his last week too. Oh God, she's the worst. That couple is the worst.
That's how I couldn't think of anything initially. I was like, oh, I do hate Kim though. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're like such a. If you're listening, fuck you. You're the worst. Like, what do you?
They're the worst.
Like, you have a lot of money. I mean, that's good. Like, you probably don't give a shit what I'm saying because you have so much money. It's like just drowning out everything else that's happening in your life. But like, fuck you. You're a useless piece of shit. And I would love for you to hear this. I don't. I would say you might be nice in real life, but I like very much doubt that.
Kanye.
Did
Wait a minute. Kim Kardashian might be nice in real life.
False.
That's what I said.
He's
I
very
very
false.
much doubt that.
Right. And I mean, there's
Like, I don't think she has any concept of what real life even
the
is.
tooth fairy might be real. might. I mean,
I haven't seen a lot of evidence to the contrary. Like, you know,
right. Yeah.
There's still room for error.
Sure. There is that remote
Reasonable doubt.
possibility.
Yeah. I couldn't convict the tooth fairy for not being real in court.
right. We could not.
We could not convict.
Did you see there was I mean, I know it was on Reddit and some other social media, Banksy-like graffiti, and it was great. It was Kanye West making out with Kanye West, and it was wonderful.
I did see
Yeah.
a photoshopped
It was-
picture of that.
Yeah. But it's actually on a wall somewhere in LA.
He probably got really upset when he saw that.
Well, fish sticks.
Get me.
Exactly. Hashtag fish
Hashtag
stick.
fish sticks. And there
And
we
now that's going to
start.
be a
Yeah.
thing that we do.
Damn it.
Okay, so
Hashtag fish sticks. Fuck yeah, I'm just updating the last post
love
right
it.
now.
Perfect.
So what Chin's doing? I think that's where we're going up to next. What Chin's doing? Who wants to carry it off? What Chin's doing?
I'll start.
Yeah.
So what I've been doing, I'm not going to bore you with the mundane aspects of what I've been doing, but I don't think we've touched upon masturbation here as the Witchin's been up. No, I just,
I was like, all right, let's go.
but also a couple series that I've watched fucking straight through on one on Prime, one on Netflix. Vikings, and then I just finished Peaky Blinders.
Oh, I love Peaky Blinders.
You've got the hat on right now.
Yeah, you- well,
but I mean, I
yeah.
always have this hat.
You
on.
do, you do.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
I
this is
love
like,
Peaky Blinders.
Peaky fucking blinders.
Yeah.
Right. And that series is fucking killer.
Brilliant.
Vikings, and I find that whenever I see, I loved who was the main guy, the king.
I'm really bad at it.
I have not seen Vikings.
I have not watched.
I forget what it is.
I've been told to watch it many times, but I never get around to it.
I've
But
only
I
watched the
find
first
whenever
couple episodes.
I'm surrounded by, like, I'll watch these as a thing that I do, like, every night. I'll watch, like, one episode or something until it's over. Some nights I'll, watch 4 or 5. But usually I watch one. And what happens is, like, I end up, like, getting inspired by these guys. And I think even in Peaky Blinders, the main character, he's got these really redeeming qualities.
Tommy.
Yeah. And I don't know. I feel like that, like, both of those have been good influences in my life. Like, in the way that I kind of, like, think about things. It's like just hanging around some person.
Yeah.
And, like, thinking about what they're doing for at least an hour every day, every single day, for a period. And it's like, oh, well, there's, like, these really admirable things. I'm going to, like...
Yeah,
see
how they handle situations or whatever.
Right. And it's cool. It's cool. In both of those, so I finished Vikings a while ago. I fucking loved it. Regardless of, like, historical accuracies and all this other horse shit.
If I can just interrupt you really fast.
Yeah.
That idea of being inspired by fictional characters and how they're fictional, but they're kind of not. There's an issue of Superman, American Alien, where at the end it's Mr. Mitchell. Fucking God, how do you say his name? Mr. The fucking guy with his last name is just like, it's like someone just mashing a keyboard. He's like the all powerful whatever. It's just him. It's just him talking. And he says, "I'm not real, or am I real? Once you're dead, all of the things that made you up are going to be dead. But like I'm an idea, and it's actually in the same concept in the new Fight Club, where it's like." The character itself is an idea, so we all have our own ideas of what this character is, and so this like the character actually like lives through whoever's telling a story about it.
That's weird.
But in turn, you can be inspired by like someone who has written a character.
Yeah.
That is, it's not a real person, but it is kind of a real person because it's in your brain. Like you interact with it the way you would interact with somebody else in your actual life.
Yeah.
You're listening to it, you're hanging around with it. So it's like, is it real? No, but kind of is. It's an interesting idea.
Absolutely. And so, wrapping this up concisely, the shows that you watch, the podcasts you listen to, the shit that you read, these aren't just things that are peripheral aspects of your life. If you're doing it in a way that you're involved in it, they become like your friends. They become, and your friends are the people you spend the majority of your time with, are not just a reflection of who you are, but you take on some of them and they take on some of you. When you're doing it like via books or shows, it's just one-sided.
Yeah.
You know? And so the moral of this story is watch what you put in your eye holes because or your ear holes.
So it's the same as hanging out with actual people.
Yeah. And I think that these two shows, man, fucking really solid. Check them out. Loved it.
For sure.
Done.
Peaky Blinders, man.
Killer.
All I'm gonna say, and then we can move on. Those dudes smoke cigarettes and drink whiskey like fucking champs.
Good role models.
I admire them very much. Fucking machines.
And box, man. Those motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, Arthur.
Fight.
His
Son of a
brother
bitch.
Arthur. That
Yeah.
dude can fight.
God damn.
But
it.
he's crazy cokehead.
But that came later.
Yeah, it comes later.
His prowess was established prior. I think.
When they roll into the London club, man, and fuck shit up. Like,
Jesus.
All right, I haven't
oh
seen
my
this yet, so let's not.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
I need to
yeah,
watch it.
Yeah.
It's
He's like,
very-
everybody shut the fuck up now.
I like
next?
Cillian
I'm
Murphy.
next.
Is it
Sorry.
Cillian Murphy or Cillian Murphy? Oh, sorry.
Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah. J-Man, what you doing?
As I was reading, or I should say looking at this Black Widow book, because there's not a lot of reading in it, I saw there was this ad for Daredevil, the show, and then I looked down at the corner and I see March 18th. I'm like, when the fuck is... I was like, that's today. Hell yeah. So that was what I've been doing.
Damn right, man.
Because as soon as I seen that, I was like, that's today. That shit comes out today. I'm like, I'm watching that right now. Fucking, I'll finish this book up. Yeah.
far
And 3 seconds later, you did.
I'm on like episode 5.
I'm about like 5 or 6 right
Yeah,
now.
me
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
I will say one thing though is like Jason was looking at it over there, like on Netflix, and like the picture that comes up for it ruins some stuff in the show.
Really?
It didn't ruin it for me because I was already past it, but it showed a picture of like Daredevil, well, it kind of did, with the shirt on, which I haven't seen yet,
Okay.
with the skull on his shirt and shit.
Oh, Punisher.
And it
Oh,
showed,
Punisher.
and it showed Elektra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Punisher on his desk.
Well, Elektra was in one of the previews.
That's what I mean. I didn't see any of that shit.
Okay,
so
yeah.
that was a total
she's already
surprise
been
to
in one of
me.
the previews. But
So far, it's sweet.
Wait,
That-
I don't remember that.
yeah, one of the trailers has Elektra in it.
Yeah.
It's just the very end. She's just like,
Oh,
I'm
the
after
trailer.
you."
I thought you said one of the episodes.
Yeah, no. She's in the new season. She's in, but I'm in
Right,
one of the
right,
trailers
right.
for the new season. She's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite part, though, oh man, it doesn't ruin any of the story, but there was a sequence where he's fighting like 20 or 30 bikers down like a flight of stairs.
Well, they said that that's the evolution
Amazing.
from the first season where he had the hallway fight.
It's so
amazing.
good.
It's
It
amazing.
cuts like 3 times.
Yeah.
So,
Like
yeah.
it's so they're really long. It's a really long fight sequence.
yeah.
The camera never like it stays on it the whole time. You can see everything as it's happening.
Yeah, and you can as you're watching this. I actually watched it twice because it was so cool.
Yeah.
As I was watching it, I could see the thought process of the choreographer going back to the first hallway fight scene and like things that he's probably learned from having to fight in a hallway before because like, he had in the first season had to fight through a hallway
To get
and
that girl, right?
exactly
Yeah.
the little girl yeah in this one he's like way better at because he takes him like way more dudes
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and he can't use his right hand because it has like he's a gun taped to it
Yeah, and a chain on the other
And a
one, which
chain in
he
the other
does
one.
some real crazy shit with.
Yeah.
yeah
That's
awesome.
badass.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking awesome yeah
Did you guys ever see Old Boy?
Yes.
The
with
Korean-
hammer.
the Korean
The
old
original
boy
one,
where-
yeah, with the hammer yeah
Oh my god! I've watched that fight scene. I think for me that's the coolest fight scene in any movie ever that I've seen so
cool.
far.
There's a very old boyish scene later in the season too with the
really?
Punisher. Yes. Just
Okay.
wait.
Oh.
Just
Oh
wait.
no shit!
right.
You,
Oh my
you
God.
finished it.
No, I haven't finished yet, but I'm a little bit further than Jared.
How many
Ah,
episodes in are you?
I'm like 5 or 6.
Okay.
5
I'm,
probably.
I'm just like a few ahead. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
and this scene is fucking bonk.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing tonight.
Be prepared to just sit in front of the TV for
Yeah.
hours, man.
Yeah.
because
They make the Punisher evil in this too. Like he's bad.
Yeah, but he's not.
Sometimes-
He's not. You see where he's coming from, though. He's not
Yeah.
Ruthless, though.
He's ruthless because the Punisher is ruthless. In the comic
Yeah.
books, if they filmed some of the stuff he does in the comic books, you'd be like, "Holy shit, he's not a good guy at all.
Yeah.
He's just a horrible dude
Well, I mean,
who's like
they-
less horrible a little bit. He just focuses his horribleness on bad people."
when they show like the damage of his like the first hit they show in the show, there's like they're looking through the hole, like, of
the hole in
guy's
someone's head.
body. Like
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
holy fuck,
Yeah,
this guy's intense.
yeah, he's good.
In cast is what's his name?
John Bernthal.
Yeah.
You can't protect her, Rick.
Holy shit,
That dude, he's fucking great though.
dude, he's good. Yeah, he's solid. I think he's a decent. I wouldn't have thought to cast him as Punisher, but I think it's a decent. It was a decent.
Yeah.
He follows it. He carries it through really well.
He does.
Yeah.
He fits the part, and he looks the part too.
Yeah, he does.
He does-
Yeah.
yeah, just a big guy. It's funny. It was way after it came out, but I saw the movie. What's the Steve Carell Tina Fey movie? Something about date. Blind, not.
Oh,
Date night. Is it
Date
called
night.
Date
Yeah,
Night?
yeah. I
Yeah.
almost said blind date, but that was on TV recently. Anyway, Yeah, I saw that movie. And he has a bit part in there. At some point, they end up in a police station, and it was long after I started watching The Walking Dead, and I was like, "Wait, holy crap!" And he only has like one. He's a background character. He's not even a named anything. But the other thing that I wanted to say about him is that if you're ever in Dormont, the Doorstop restaurant, which is it's only open until like 3:00 in the afternoon, I think.
Yeah.
But there's a picture of him on the wall. Like apparently he was in there.
Okay.
And like had signed an autograph. You know, obviously redundant, but there's an autographed picture of him on the wall as Shane. It's got to be something from behind the scenes because I know I've seen everything that he's in on The Walking Dead, but it's like him with Rick with Andrew Lincoln, but it's like behind the scenes or something where he's like wiping blood off Andrew Lincoln's forehead. And anyway, he said like, "Oh, your restaurant's great. Thanks for the great breakfast. You know, I'll be back soon," or something like that.
That's cool.
So it's pretty cool seeing that there.
Yeah.
They do make really good breakfast. So.
They do.
Yeah.
All
Sorry
right.
about
So
all that.
who's next? Anyone? Todd, Greg, what's you doing?
Well, there's unrelated to reading things. I played a gig recently at this like cafe. It's not anything important, but right after I was done, there was this older couple that was a few tables away, and they got like they were talking to me, and it was at first they were complimentary and gracious to like have and with every passing minute that I was there, I just got more irritated by the things that they were saying because it started off with they said like, oh you do that older music, and I said yeah, and they said, and the guy said he said, so are you he said, so you play guitar and you sing? And I said, yeah, in this outfit, I play bass in a band too, or whatever else I'm doing. He said, so would you consider yourself a guitar would you consider yourself a player or a performer or a strummer or an artist? And I said, I was like, I just looked at him. I just pointedly looked at him, and he said, well, because there are people who. I said, yeah, I get it. There are guitar strummers, haha. But I said, yeah, and I guess to be fair to all of those things, I could say yes to any one of them. He said, well, because like I'm a former musician myself. He said,
dear.
I played up until 1989 and he told me about all this crap that he did, and he said, because some people whenever they get to like they play chords or like maybe they can't play and sing at the same time. And I said, yeah, I said that's true. I said this is one thing that I marvel at with some people. That I always feel like it takes away if you're doing more than one thing at a time. Oftentimes you can't do them both at 100%. I said the only people that I can think of that off the top of my head that can are like Jimi Hendrix, Tori Amos, maybe James Hetfield. Well, yeah, probably James Hetfield.
James Hetfield was great at that.
And, and James. Yeah, what am I saying? And he said, well, I mean Hendrix, you could, but he didn't really play chords, or anything. And I said,
it's way harder to play solos the way you're singing, dude.
I was like, hang on a second. I said, he played in like R&B outfits for years before he did anything that we've heard. And he was like, well, yeah, but I mean, he's look at the chords he's playing. It's not really playing on all the strings when he's playing those chords. I said, well, he's playing electric guitar first of all, and you don't want to do. I'm not getting into it, but it's. Like he's the only guitar player in that band, of course. He's like, well, I guess he did what he did, but he's not really a musician. I'm like, whoa. I was like, and I said out loud, I'm not even going to dignify that with a response.
For good reason.
I said good day.
I said good. You're like, sir, you know what? I never thought about this. And coming from a man who hasn't played guitar since 1989, I finally realized you're right. He was a musician.
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix sucks, and I hate him. Thank you for this.
Thank you for this.
And he told like whenever and I should have said before what instrumentalist he was. He plays flute, and he was a flautist. He told me he was a flautist. So I didn't think about it until way after the fact. How well can you play flute and sing at the same time? But it
Plays a flute.
It didn't really stab until later on in the conversation. He
You kept talking to him?
I don't know why. I guess it was like.
He backed you into a corner.
He even
probably.
said something like,
Fucking masochist.
yeah, I guess, because I wanted to win. I didn't want to. But he's, at one point he said, like I was actually saying, "See you later," and then he and his wife was there, like they were, I don't know, maybe 60s. And she was great. She said, like, okay, well, good luck. And he said, oh, yeah, good luck. We'll look for you on The Voice. And I turned around and I said, no.
You're like, oh, wait a minute.
We have to address this. Like, I can't let this hang in the air.
You're about to let that shit go. You're just like, nope.
So I told him everything that I don't even need to tell the listeners because I hope that you all are smarter than that. But he said, no, well, the voice is actually a lot better than American Idol and everything because, they actually talk about like technique of singing and they break down like how music you can arrange it and stuff. And I'm just, gritting my teeth listening to this. And he said, well, because, sometimes the one thing that I don't like is that they'll do, sometimes you'll hear the singers do, an appoggiatura. You know what that is? And I said, yeah, it's an accented neighbor tone. And he goes, well, no, it's not an accented neighbor tone. It's a, and I said, no.
That's the definition.
It is, yeah. And he goes, no, it's the thing, whenever they go do the whole like, and like do the whole singing thing. And I said, you mean a cadenza? And he was like, no, cadenza's, something more specific, which it's not. It's pretty general, by the way. And he goes, no, an appoggiatura. He said, look it up on your phone there, on your hip. And I was like, I don't have to look it up
You're
on my
like,
phone.
yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
I know stuff.
Yeah. It's like, I'm
Did you
actually.
ask him what music school he graduated college from?
No, I didn't.
CCAC?
Well, I read Wikipedia. No, I didn't ask him what it was because it's immaterial anyway. But
Well, you should have been like, well, I graduated from Duquesne, so for music, so I'm pretty sure I know what a fucking cadenza is.
yeah, that was the other thing. He even mentioned the phone thing because like prior to that, he was like, and this will grit your. He was like. He said, "Oh, I am you musicians today." He said, "Because all you have to do is just put one song up on the internet, and you'll get like 1 million hits, and that's your career right there."
Fucking hate that one. That stupid shit.
God. That was why I was there for so long.
Oh, man.
Because
Should have called me out. It came down.
Oh God, the wrath of Jeff combined with Greg.
I'd be like, hey, my man.
The chairman slings open the door. There's fog coming out all behind him. He walks in. Fucking like, oh yeah, 1 million hits.
Yeah.
Boom!
ready
Table
for them.
flies. Like,
Jared for the assist.
I was thinking you call all three of us, and then we fly in like in the beginning of Turtles 2, like somehow we like jump like 10 feet in the air, like, and then we pause and it says like the title of the band.
Yeah. Guy's like, oh, hell no.
And there's a guitar dive. I'm like,
That's a cadenza.
There you go.
that's a fucking cadenza.
Damn. Yeah. So I like to think that like if he was the only like between the two of them, if he was the only musician, and that was the other reason why I stayed was because if he's the only musician and she's like oh you're singing pretty or whatever, and she probably doesn't ever see him get corrected with anything. So that's why I made a point to correct. Like no, it doesn't
Good for
work
you.
like that. If the internet exists now, that means I have to compete with not just the dozen or so local acts, bands
Everyone
or
in the
whatever.
fucking
it's
world.
everyone in
Yeah.
the world who is uploading one song at a time. I got to fight through all that din of crap to get people like you to notice somebody on
Yeah.
the internet. No, it's stupid. Like there's so much like the Hendrix guitar thing or the validity of the voice. Where do you begin to
Yeah. You-
represent logic?
And that's whenever I just am like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go over here now because I'm done talking to you. So
Yeah.
So I think Greg's what Chin's been doing is starting fistfights with 60-year-old men. I support it. Awesome.
I'm glad that you're here and not in jail on assault charges, Greg.
We won't hear from him anytime soon. That's what I'm saying.
That's how he gets to the orthodontist anyway.
That's for after.
yeah, we're not gonna blow up Dan's spot or anything.
Nope.
So who wants?
Oh wait, yeah, okay. Becky.
Becky,
Oh,
what
me.
have you been doing? What's you been doing?
Just
Well,
doing.
I will say something kind of serious. I've been fighting illness for a while.
Like
And-
a boss.
Like a boss, I might say. Been out of the hospital probably half of my life is spent in the hospital. And I just wanted to say a very serious thank you to my doctors and my friends and my family for being very supportive. Because in the last month, I've beaten a pulmonary embolism and other blood clots and pain and hospitalizations with the help of those people. And I'm very grateful, and I couldn't do it alone. So, and it's actually a pleasure to be here with you guys. So, very
Oh, it's a
serious.
pleasure to have you.
Because I feel really good, and just cheers.
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 I'm,
Right on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to serious it up, but I am very serious about it, because it's people die from pulmonary embolisms, and I'm very grateful to be here with the help of doctors and nurses who've helped me along the
And
way.
even that guy over there.
Oh yeah, and my boyfriend Adam Longwell.
Monkey.
You guys know him as Monkey.
Yep.
Great
And now,
support.
now people who didn't know him was Muggy now.
Yeah, no, it's monkey.
Metamesh.org. Drop off your
Well, I was
tax-deductible
just gonna
donation.
say, in the last month, not only have I been in the hospital, but I got to meet the governor a couple
Tom
days ago.
Wolf.
Tom Wolf stopped by Metamesh and gave us his support along with his wife. Yeah, we're doing great
Wolfpack.
things. You know, I work.
Hashtag Wolfpack.
You know, you're not the first person. He was actually very nice.
Yeah.
Approved the budget, but other than that, you know,
Yeah,
like
come on.
Yeah, but other than that, it was very
No,
nice.
Don't approve the crappy budget the
Republicans
put
are
forth.
pushing, yeah,
Fucking
but-
put your foot down.
Yeah, but he's fighting an illness himself. So, but he was very nice, and MetaMesh is doing wonderful things. Free public wireless for developing communities. So go to metamesh.org and hit the donate button. That'd be great.
You know, I was actually, or what do they say on Night Vale? That would be cool of you.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
But I was just at Rutgers the other day, and I was looking for a signal. I found it. There was actually a MetaMesh signal.
Yeah, you can find it. It's
oh,
from
shit.
across the river.
Yeah?
Yes. The
Okay.
one that you see from Rutgers is actually across the river, isn't it?
I was about to leave, but so I didn't actually try to access it. But I'm assuming it would give me the internet, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yes.
I'm getting a nod from Monkey over there, so yeah. Sweet. Yeah.
But that's what I've been up to.
Cool.
Fighting illness, like Dan says, like a boss.
Yeah, but now you're here drinking with us, so
Glad
it's
you're
going well.
Thank you for having me. So,
Good addition
yep.
to the podcast.
That's all I've got.
I've been doing what Jared's been doing, watching Daredevil. And it is just the quality of the storytelling and the production value. And everything is so good. And I feel like a little fucking kid watching it. Like, oh my God, this is so great. Like they had, like, I don't want to spoil it because it's rather new, but anybody that's a fan of Daredevil and the Punisher knows that there is a classic scene on a rooftop where the Punisher chains Daredevil to a wall and it makes him choose like what to do in this situation with this scumbag gangster person.
Yeah.
And it just is a perfect fucking recreation.
As that was happening, I was watching that. I was thinking about you bringing that up and being like, I hope they do that scene, and they do it, and it's fucking awesome.
It's so good. And John Bernthal is a very good Punisher.
Yeah.
But Elodie Young as Elektra steals every scene she's in.
Yeah.
She is beautiful, and she is a sociopath maniac. And
She is totally fucking crazy.
it is awesome.
Yeah.
And her on-screen chemistry with Charlie Cox as Daredevil is just wow.
And if you've ever been in a relationship or a situation where you're really attracted to the other person, even though you know that
They're
like
kook.
you can tell that they're kind of crazy, and you don't care because like you have such visceral experiences with them.
And that's what their
Like,
relationship is based
exactly.
on.
It's like she makes him do all this stuff he wouldn't otherwise do, and like a lot of it is just fun, and they have a good time. But like some of it is like actually crazy, and he's like, I'm not willing to go that far, and she's like, come on, just fucking do it. And he's
Yeah.
like, no.
Here's the line.
But I get that, you know, like I think we've all maybe not all of us, but I don't know if you guys, but I know I've personally been pushed like by people. And I was like,
Yeah.
should I be doing this? Like I'm having a good time with you, but like now you're starting to toe like a line that I'm not really comfortable with.
You've crossed that line.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of Daredevil yet.
Great.
Well, yeah,
Very
it's-
good.
Yeah, watch it.
Highly
I'm
recommend
looking
it.
forward to it. It's just when you're drugged up in the hospital, I
Yeah.
rewatch stuff that I've seen a million because I know
So you
I
don't
won't
have
miss
to- yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Like silly sci-fi shows that I love because they're campy and silly, like Warehouse 13 and Eureka, because I know I won't miss anything if I'm, heparin and dilauded it up. So, yeah,
They're also probably a little bit more awesome than you remember.
they are.
Like,
The
I'm high as
graphics
fuck.
aren't that great in Warehouse 13. There's a reason why you'll watch them in the hospital, but I'm looking forward to Daredevil very much so.
Yeah,
I
you'll
would,
enjoy it.
I would like if we can find the time to do like we did the Gotham special, a Daredevil special.
Yeah,
If we
I
can
like
all.
that.
Yeah.
There's
all
enough. There's enough
watch.
to talk about. I
Yeah,
think.
I mean it's that good.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing, and also the store is
Yeah.
a year old. So
Yeah, and
Yeah,
like
that-
we said last episode, we didn't. I don't know if we said it on this episode yet. Actually, this episode might come out after that.
it'll probably come out after it.
Yeah. So if we saw you at,
Thank you.
thanks for coming down.
Hey.
Yeah.
Awesome. I
Yeah.
mean, and on a serious note, like, yeah, thank everybody for supporting the place because your support allows me to live out a dream that I never thought I would ever be able to do it. And even if it only lasts for a couple years, it's still a lot of fucking fun. So
I like your store.
thanks.
Yeah, I like hanging out
Thanks.
there.
Yeah.
It's fun.
And you help support a habit that's
Yeah.
I have. So.
I just like hanging out and It's fun.
Well, it's nice because it's not too big. Like I don't really hang out at like
wanna
some other
move.
places because they're like a little too big, and you feel like you're either in the way or you feel like the other people have like the things to do. It's like if you're at the Southside Comics, you can hang out and talk to the person at the desk. If it's Dan or if it's Tim or if it's whoever else might be working there, like
Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan
Or
Nate. Nate, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hang out and then you're not like bothering them.
No.
That's
We're there for you.
yeah, and you have some nice comfy chairs and stuff too.
You do have comfy chairs.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we'd probably move on because we have a limited time.
Let's go.
So let's start with Greg, old Greg. You got you want to get started with Old Man Logan? There?
Wait, did that one do one more question?
This is it. Old Man Logan.
What are our thoughts on Old Man
Our
Logan?
thoughts on
That's
Old Man
what
Logan,
he
yeah.
asked.
Yeah, that was the question.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's what it said. Yeah. Yeah, here we'll give you the material
thank
if
you.
you don't need to take a look or anything.
Yeah, well, thank you, Billy, out there. I'm sure that you're listening. So to start this, I had the pleasure of reading this one. I did enjoy it. I've got to say, just in general, just to answer the question first, and what are our thoughts? Mine was positive. I mean, partly because I read it right after reading Black Widow, so it was a breath of fresh air. But, words, full sentences, but but it was cool. It helps that there's. I was thinking a lot during this. Like it takes place in totally different settings, same locations but different times and different timelines, as it turns out. More on that in a little bit, but. Just there have been a lot of not dystopian, I guess, but post-apocalyptic kind of depictions recently. With this was a few years ago, I guess, but the I Am Legend movie, and then of course with the whole Walking Dead thing. It still isn't old to me. Is not old to me because I've always liked that stuff ever since I saw Mad Max when I was younger, or Planet of the Apes. So this wasteland kind of setting here reminds me of those. Obviously, I mean it's the same kind of deal. In particular, it actually kind of reminds me of if anybody knows anime much, but there's an anime movie called Fist of the North Star that's silly.
Yeah,
a lot of fun to watch.
badass.
You've seen it? Yeah. It's great. But just mild. I won't bother drawing parallels, but it sort of reminds me a little bit of that, just in tone. When Logan is in the future, this other reality that he comes from. So the gist of it, it starts out with him in the future. He's kind of like narrating it also. Future's crap. He's an old man. His family's been killed. He just has his son. And the bad guys won. Like all the villains have somehow organized in such a way that they won and are now kind of ruling the world in their own ways. And somehow, like all we know from reading this, because I haven't read any other linking series of episodes or issues.
There's a previous
Yeah, which answers some of the questions that were posed to me. And I'll say this, even though I didn't know those answers, I didn't have that pretext, I guess, I still found it thoroughly enjoyable because, in a way, it's like, in the same way that you would wonder, oh, what did Black Widow steal? I was wondering what's going on. Why is this the way that it is? Thinking that it would be answered in the future, where here it's already been answered in past issues, which is fine. But, so I guess even coming into it sight unseen, it's still totally enjoyable. What I found intriguing about it, I guess I realize now today, learning about these earlier issues, is, he doesn't realize that he should be confused. He doesn't yet realize that he should be confused. He ends up back in time to present day, what appears to be present day, the city, and he figures that he has a unique opportunity to undo things before they happen. So Mysterio in the future is a major problem. Bruce Banner / the Hulk is a major problem in the future, and all of his offspring. And so he's sort of making a hit list to take these people out before they end up ruining the world. Along the way, though, he finds out. I mean, he ends up pairing up with Hawkeye. Not to say too much about Hawkeye, but through their dialogue, you the reader realize before Logan does that not everything is as it seems, even to him at this point, where he thinks like, oh, I've figured it out, I'm back in time. Finally, he realizes that, but yeah, that's not everything is as easily explained or understood to him. So before I turn it over to Dan to explain a little bit of the of what should be the backstory to that, as far as like what happened in the earlier issues, because he was explaining a little bit of that to me before we started recording today. I will say the future, Logan in the future reminded me of, I guess I could wait to say this, but I'm afraid that I'll forget. He's sort of a pacifist in the future because he believes that, to a point, because he believes that if he just sort of keeps his head low, then at least he and his family can be safe. This is an opinion from me. That's the end of my summary. My opinion is I don't like his wife, even though I never really see him, because I see her as like kind of clipping his balls a little bit because he can do so much good.
Yeah, she's holding back, I think, a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're not seeing. You're only seeing reason to dislike her or not to like. You don't actually see any dialogue with her or anything, unless she's in other episodes. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, how can you stand by that? So I'm not entirely sorry that she gets killed. And it's not really spoiling anything, but
Yeah.
it kind of
no
reminds.
spoiler.
Yeah.
It's kind of a reality check for him. Like, oh, maybe I should be doing something about this. Too late now, for me.
Yeah.
But he reminds me, like his tone, where he just kind of like lets stuff slide, like lets bad things slide all the time. If anyone has seen the movie short, which I saw here in this house, Dirty Laundry, based on starring another Marvel character.
Oh yeah.
It's Thomas Jane plays the role. Just a little hint out there.
Oh, man.
It's like 10. What is it? 10, 15 minutes or
Yeah,
something
it's like
like
10
that.
minutes long.
It's totally worth it. But the first half of that movie, you're seeing all this bad stuff happen. He's just walking right
Yeah.
past him. You're like, oh my god, do something. You can totally do something.
And well, and to address that real fast, when that came out, that wasn't. They didn't tell you who the character was supposed to be, because now it's just the title. It's the character's in the title, but before it was just called Dirty Laundry. So I watched it not knowing what it was supposed to be. So somebody just told me like, "Hey, watch Dirty Laundry." I'm like, "Okay." So I started watching it, and I'm like, "Oh my god, that's Thomas Jane. Like, that's cool, But but this is like not in the same context as the character. So I'm watching. I'm like, is this what I think it is? Like, is this him doing this again? Once you get towards the end, you're like, okay, yeah, this is exactly what I think it is. And as you're watching, you're like, come on, man, I know who you are. I think I know who you are. Just do it. It's almost like the Lost Boys and Hook. They're just like, dude, you're Peter Pan. Like, we know who you are. Just do it. Just do it. Just fucking do it. You can do it. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
an amazing scene in Hook.
I know.
And so when you see Logan, i.e. Wolverine, finally, tear some people up, it's very satisfying.
It's really satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but no, thankfully, I appreciate it even more now that I know a little bit of the backstory that Dan told me before we started recording.
Yeah.
About
Yeah, for sure.
relationships.
That gave me a better
Yeah.
a better appreciation.
So
Yeah.
what was that?
No, yeah. I wanted this like whenever just the concept of it. It almost reminds me of if Wolverine was the Terminator, and like because he has like a list of people he has to eliminate.
Yeah.
Right, on his
but-
arm, right?
Yeah, on his arm.
Oh, jeez.
Butcher, Banner, Mysterio, Red Skull. Butcher seems like an inconsequential character, really.
Well, yeah, they threw that on there. It's
Compared
like
to
no
the
one
other
even knows
ones,
who that
it's
is.
He
so it doesn't
smacked
matter.
his son. Absolutely. Chopped that dude's arm off.
Oh yeah. Fuck that guy.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
But then, like, whenever you see the rest of the list, like Banner, Mysterio, Red Skull, you're like, oh shit!
Yeah.
you were gonna go after the fucking Hulk.
Yeah, that's actually one
Yeah.
my pick in the second. Is it second or third issue? Whenever he finally meets the Hulk.
The
I
second
think
one.
that's two.
Second one.
I thought it was beginning.
Because
Yeah.
That's where I meant the Batman welcome.
yeah, in the modern Marvel continuity, like we actually don't know where we don't yet know where Bruce Banner is.
We don't. We just know that
He's not the
That's a
Hulk
good
right
point.
now.
He's
Yeah.
not the Hulk.
He's
and
if he is, he's not.
he was overexposed to Gamma.
Yeah.
And disappeared.
And so the totally awesome Hulk is Amadeus Cho, and he's he's an Asian kid, and he's like a teenager, and he's
really nice.
as the Hulk. He's still cognizant. He's not a rage monster, mindless rage monster. He's still like a dude. So he's Wolverine. Sneak attacks him and like cuts his Achilles tendon. Tries to cut his the back of his leg. He's like, dude, what are you doing? Yeah, exactly. Wolverine's like, come on, Banner. He's like, dude, I'm not Banner. What are you doing? Like, stop. Let's just all stop here, please.
Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Which is totally not like your normal representation of the Hulk.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is great. 'cause
And I think as Wolverine is like attacking him, and the Hulk's trying to be like, dude, stop. he's starting to realize, like, wait a minute, because the Hulk would never tell me to stop. Like, that's he like slowly realizes, like, I don't think I'm attacking the right dude at all. It's really funny. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We thought you were somebody else.
That's a good reference.
Oh shit. Well, should we
Yeah, we don't have so much time.
pass the
Let's
sticks to
pass the
Dan?
sticks, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Old Man Logan. I want to say one more thing. The art by Andrea Scalero, I think it is, is just fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Totally agree.
It is really, really good.
Yeah.
And it's written by Jeff Lemire, who has written a lot of really good stuff.
he's done Descender, right?
Descender, Underwater Welder, Essex County, and now for Marvel, he's doing this Extraordinary X-Men, and Hawkeye. He also wrote a really good Animal Man run for DC. So like he's a very, very accomplished guy. But Descender, we should check back in with that next time.
We should, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And Sorrentino is the artist that Andreas.
And I really do love the
Andrea
art in
Sorrentino,
this.
yeah.
The art
Yeah.
in this is fantastic.
and it's gorgeous. I mean, you could make a lithograph of some of these things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
It's
And,
amazing.
It's actually even better than in the original, like, Old Man Logan book. Like, I think that this art is better than that because it's similar, but this seems more detailed, and it's just I don't know. It's more. And like what you see on the cover of this is what you actually get in the book.
Yeah.
Which is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It really looks it's pretty.
It is really pretty.
It is
and
well
really,
done.
It
Yeah.
really makes me appreciate because this guy gets it out on time.
Yeah.
You know, there haven't been any delays really for this series, so
Yeah.
kudos to him.
Yeah.
When did the first Old Man Logan? When did Old Man Logan book come out?
Let's see.
I've never read it.
It was actually by Mark
First
Miller.
one we have right here.
No, the book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was by Mark Miller and Steve McNiven in 2009.
Yeah. 2008.
Might have to borrow that from you.
Yeah, you can bring it around.
Really, really good stuff. I mean, Mark Miller's like top of the world.
Oh,
right
yeah, I
now
like Mark Miller.
for comic book storytelling. But yeah, that's
Did
something.
they get Miller to do the Secret Wars version?
No, it was. It might have been Jeff Lemire.
Okay.
There's just
I
holes in
don't
my.
remember, but
Because there's this, and then there's the Secret Wars segment of his. And actually, that's one of my favorite Secret Wars ones too. It's him bouncing in between the different realms, like the different realities of the battle world, and he's just like, "What is going on here?" He has no idea what's going on, and then it catapults him from that to this, and that's like the background.
Yeah.
it's
Got
from
it.
here to there to here.
Right.
And it's the same character. He's actually one of the more consistent characters because
Yes.
he still remembers everything that's happened.
he gets bounced around a lot.
Yeah.
How much of that, because not having read those, how much of those elements are
see
in,
that?
say, for example, Days of Future Past, which is the other time travel, like it's bringing it to the movie things?
I'm not sure where that plays into this. I'm not sure if that's a thing that's
Different timeline.
Yeah, I don't know if he ever was involved with that in this
Okay.
timeline. I think it's different.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, like, if here he's clearly much older, and it's just by nature, Hugh Jackman's getting older. So Days of Future Past was the first time I saw a intentionally slightly aged Logan because he has the this flecks of gray. I don't know if they needed to have that. I guess just to show which time part he's in. But then, like, he shouldn't be aging, so I don't know why they did that
Well,
intentionally.
no. I mean, in like he does. He ages more slowly than everybody else.
Oh, and
he does age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he gets older.
Okay.
Kind of like Superman gets older like much slower than everybody else, but he does get older.
Okay.
Because like in Kingdom Come, like it's in the future. Like Superman has streaks
Like,
of gray.
like whites. Yeah, like
Okay.
wingtips or whatever.
There is a very strong rumor that the third Wolverine movie will be based off Old Man Logan.
That'd be
Wow.
cool. That'd be really cool.
About to ask that too.
The problem though with that is that this book involves
the Hulk.
all the other Marvel superheroes, which they can't use because it's like
Oh, yeah,
Hulk
right.
and Hawkeye and like
Mysterio.
Magneto, everybody that
Yeah, I'm
they
seeing
cannot allow to
everyone
use.
just flipping through it.
Yeah,
They could do it if they do it smart.
yeah. There's like there's one spot in this world where Thor's hammer just is it's like a tourist attraction because
Nobody
Thor's
can pick it
dead.
up.
And no one can pick it up, so it's just laying like in the middle of the desert somewhere.
Yeah.
And they built like a little town around it. It's
Neat.
kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's really a lot of really good ideas in there.
Yeah. very very cool like world building.
Yeah, yeah. Even though I have to go, I mean, you guys can still like, I can leave.
How much
you
time
guys-
do you need?
I have probably like 20 minutes left. So
Well, let's
Okay,
let's,
well, then
let's
let's-
bump to Dark Knight 3.
Yeah.
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 I mean, this is I've really wanted to get into this, but I felt like the first issue and even the second issue, it wasn't enough to actually spend some time talking about it.
Yeah.
So, the world is a Dark Knight Returns world. So, it's an old Batman. It's the old Batman that came out of retirement. In the Dark Knight Returns, he threw down with Superman, and then the Dark Knight Strikes Back was a horrendous production. But Batman and Superman kind of came to terms with each other, and they defeated Luthor and Brainiac, and so we're left in this world where Bruce is really old, and the first issue, Batman is running around like he's beating the shit out of police, which actually, side note, got a lot of negative attention in our media. But so he's running from the cops, he's beating the shit out of cops, and then parallel with that, you have Wonder Woman. She's running around fighting some Minotaur with a baby on her back who is named Jonathan. So you can assume that it is Superman's son.
Yeah.
Because that's his father's
dad's
name. And then we later learn that they have a daughter, Superman, and Wonder Woman have a daughter, Laura, who is older, who is estranged from them. And she apparently went to see Superman, who is frozen in the Fortress of Solitude. And we really don't know why. And then it goes back to Batman, and he gets beaten by the police, and we find out it's Carrie Kelly, who was Robin in the previous
First two.
And she says that Bruce Wayne is dead.
Yeah.
So it kind of ends there. But what I like about this series, it releases a mini comic also.
Yeah, the Atom.
Yeah, and the first one was about the Atom, and Wonder Woman and Superman's daughter comes to see him, and basically says the city of Kandor, which has been something that has been used throughout DC
For a long time.
For a long time.
Yeah, it's there's a bunch of Kryptonians that are still alive, but they're shrunken down in this
Right.
little city.
Yeah, I guess was it Brainiac?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Something
I think
happened.
in some tellings it's Brainiac that shrunk them, and some I don't know, but whatever. So they're shrunken, and the
There's a
Atom
city full of Superman in a little glass jar.
Yeah.
right, and Laura wants the Atom to fix it because
Which-
she can.
The thing that kind of bothers me about that is even if they were shrunken down in a little glass jar, if they're on Earth, they should have Superman powers, even though they're really small. So
should
shouldn't
be
they
able to
just
bust out.
They should be able to
Unless
bust out
it's
of
a
that
glass
city.
made out of kryptonite or something like
Or
that.
yeah, I don't. I mean, I
this
don't know.
is-
It's-
That's a very
All
good
right.
plot hole.
They should be Superman, like a city full of Supermen just flying around and doing whatever they want. Yeah.
yeah.
You guys have to correct because I'm a little confused. I like Frank Miller's Batman, and you said before in the previous installation that it was where, Lex Luthor and Brainiac were defeated. But isn't Laura conceived in a world from Wonder Woman and Superman where Lex Luthor and Brainiac rule the world? That's where I'm confused.
Not in the Frank Miller verse.
On this
Oh,
version.
God.
of it.
Yeah,
Lord.
the Frank Miller verse is technically speaking, in terms of DC timeline, this is a different.
This is
Earth.
its own little thing.
Yeah,
Okay, because
there's
I
Earth
just
1,
remember
there's Earth
Laura
2,
being
there's-
born in that crazy world
Yeah.
where Lex Luthor ruled supreme and Brainiac ruled supreme, and I'm getting a little confused when I read the first issue, thinking, what's going
Yeah.
on here?
The Frank Miller verse, I don't know what Earth designation it has, but it does have a specific one.
Earth Mach
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
All right,
So-
sorry, I was just a little
No,
confused.
that's a good question because it is rather confusing when you think about all the other history presented. But the way issue 1 ends, it's pretty fun and
Yeah, it is.
And it is you love seeing. It ends on a great cliffhanger. Like Carrie Kelly is Batman and she says Bruce Wayne is dead. So you're like, well, fuck, is he really dead? So you go to issue 2 and she's arrested and she tells this really dramatic story about how Bruce finally died and he didn't really want to die. And then the Batmobile, she triggers the Batmobile, breaks her out, and then she goes back to the Batcave and Bruce is there.
Yeah.
He's on a cane.
go?
A crutch, and he's obviously older. And then it goes to the Atom, who is experimenting, and eventually he restores the Kandorians to normal size. But when he does, half of them are dead, and they're brutally slaughtered.
Yeah.
And then the other ones that are alive, they're I guess violent, and they have a leader, and his name is Quar. So however you want to pronounce that, go right ahead. Quar. And it looks like he kills the Atom. He steps on him.
Yeah.
And then that mini comic is really good character development of Lara. It shows her in the past sparring with Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman is trying to teach her all these Amazonian values and
that's
how
her
to
mom.
fight.
Yeah.
Right, and Lara's just like, I don't need to fight with a sword. I don't need to fight with your shitty weapons. I'm Kryptonian. Like,
Yeah.
I have the power of Superman. Like, and I think it shows like a sword like breaking on her chest, and then she flies away.
Which in this version, I mean, it makes sense, kind of, but because in other versions, Wonder Woman doesn't need weapons. Like she can
got the
beat the
lasso,
shit out of a super. No, I just mean in general, she can fly. She can like.
She's pretty strong.
Yeah, she's
yeah.
essentially it's the equivalent of Superman, without like the laser vision, but she has other powers like the lasso or whatever
So
else.
a
like,
combination daughter of both Superman and Wonder Woman. Like that's
Right.
why when I first saw Laura, and I'm like, she's floating around. I'm like, is there anything you can't do right now? And she's going to Adam for help, and that's why I was a little confused about the world in which she lived. So
I just know that I don't know you guys, but I personally have like a softer spot in my heart for the Atom now that it's Ray Palmer and
Oh yeah, the show.
Brandon Routh. Like,
Yeah, Legend.
yeah,
of
he's
Tomorrow.
like, I like Ray. He's like a nice guy.
Yeah, I do too. Like, exactly.
He's
I
a
used
way
to-
better Ray Palmer than he was a Superman.
Absolutely.
Like I like him. He's like a charming kind of guy. He's like
Yes.
like kind of
little
timid a little
nerdy.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's nice.
but he's
Yeah.
charming. Yeah.
Yeah. In real life, he's gay, and that's cool. I like that.
The first two issues were. No, he's not gay in real life.
Yeah, he is. Brandon Routh's gay.
No, he has a wife.
No, he's gay.
No.
Brandon Routh. I'm
He was just
pretty
on,
sure
he was
Brandon
just on
Routh's gay.
Kevin Smith podcast. He talking about his wife.
What?
Yes.
I thought the Brandon Routh
could be bi. You never know.
No,
Wait,
he
maybe
talked,
he's bi, I
he
don't
talked
know.
about his wife.
I
on-
swear.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Does his wife has
this
a-
one, I will bet. I know I'm right on this one. I was wrong on Dominic
I
Cooper.
was waiting for
think
that.
I'm right. I know I'm right on this one.
What if his wife has a dude's name?
Oh my god.
God.
Oh my god.
And a cock.
But anyways, the first two issues were kind of slow.
Oh shit.
And but you knew there was something big coming, but they were a little bit slow. There's a lot of like build up. But number 3 just fucking explodes. The Kandorians are
Number
now
3,
full
yeah.
size, announce their intentions to rule Earth. They destroy Moscow to demonstrate how much power they have. So they blow up, the capital of Russia. And Batman realizes, he says, I'm not strong enough to deal with them. So he says to Carrie, like, we gotta go get Farm Boy. So they go to the Fortress of Solitude and they unfree Superman. And there's a nice little exchange between Batman admitting that he needs Superman, and Superman is reluctant to help until he finds out that it's Kryptonians who are ravaging the Earth. So he flies out of the Fortress of Solitude. He goes to the Pentagon where the Kandorians have sort of set up base. Where Batman told them it was a great fucking panel. Batman told them to go to hell, because the
He's on every
Kandorians
screen.
announced to the world like, state your intentions because we are going to take over, and every screen possible is Batman, and he just says, go to hell. Fuck yeah, old Batman. Fuck yeah. It's awesome. And then Superman shows up, and then he actually confronts his daughter, who says, you are a traitor to your own race, and that's sort of where it leaves you. So like, really fucking strong writing.
I liked it.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, I did
like,
too.
Just get your
Frank
fucking heart
Miller.
going. Like, god damn.
Yeah, I especially whenever Batman says "go to hell," I hear Kevin Conroy in my head.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
as Bruce Wayne from
Oh,
Batman
yeah.
Beyond, like "go to hell."
So
Old and grizzly. Yeah,
Old
it was
Grizzly.
awesome.
Yep.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Yeah,
And then the mini comic in the third issue was great too, because how Jordan comes back to Earth, and he runs into some Kandorians, and he says like, I am the this is my sector. I take care of this sector. You need to step down. And they realize he's just a man, not a god, because they consider themselves god. When they rip his arm off that had the ring on, and then he just
Yeah.
falls to the earth and fucking who knows, dies or whatever. But
yeah.
just brutal
real
shit.
brutal.
That is
bleak.
brutal.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Awesome, like
yeah,
really good storytelling. I mean,
yeah. It seems like this is the sequel to The Dark Knight Returns, not like the
not the garbage.
Yeah.
the second one sucks,
Yeah.
but like this one's like okay,
Wholeheartedly concur.
yeah,
Well, I've always liked. I grew up not really liking Batman, I'll be honest, but I love Frank Miller's Batman.
Because he's an old dick.
Yeah, well, you know.
I think that's most of the inspiration for Batman Beyond, like that,
Right.
which I think is fantastic.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Especially the man that I just rewatched the epilogue in Justice League. I literally I got a little bit misty whenever there's certain moments
Got misty.
whenever Batman just like holds out his hand to the little girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ace.
right, yeah.
And Amanda Waller's like, that's the Bruce Wayne that I know, and that's the person you should respect. And, and Terry's like, yeah, you're right. He is a good dude, even though he's a dick.
Even though he doesn't always act like it.
Yeah. And then you get at the end, Terry comes back and he's like, all right, better go out on patrol. And Bruce is like, better eat something first. Keep your strength up. And he's like, nah, I'll eat when I get back. And Bruce is just like, no, you're stubborn. You know that. And Terry's like, just like my old man. And then it shows him flying with the heavy metal version of the Batman. The original Batman theme song, and you're just like, oh, yes, so good, so perfect. Yeah, it's fucking
Bring it all together.
So good, yeah. But every time I hear Batman, or I read Batman by Frank Miller, I think Kevin Conroy as old Batman.
Yeah.
In that,
I see that.
So good. I can't wait for more. I mean, it's eight issues, so I mean we got 5 more
So
to
is
see
there?
this play out.
So there's 3 out right now. When's the next one coming out?
I don't know. They've been late.
No.
Yeah, so
I want to hear at least some of what Dan has to say about Power Man Iron Fist before I have to go. Like
Yeah.
5 minutes. So
Well, I don't know that there's a shit ton to go into with Power Man and Iron Fist. It's great. The style, it's very stylized. It's kind of got this like 70s bit of a like blaxploitation kind of, Foxy Brown, like punching the shit out of fools. And I dig that. At the end, the who will emerge, I guess, as the villain, the arch nemesis, the one that will bring Power Man and Iron Fist back together, is Black Mambo.
Mariah,
Or
yeah.
Black Mariah.
Black Mariah, yeah.
Black Mariah.
Mariah Dillard.
And it's just it's a fun book to read. I don't feel like usually the books that I get really caught up in are books like like Nameless or Descender or Jacked or things where they're talking about, I don't know, they're talking about more than just what's presented.
yeah.
This book, I feel like you're just getting what you're
It's very straightforward.
reading. It's very straightforward.
Yeah.
And it's fun, though. It's fun. It's really well done. The dialogue is funny. The villain in this first issue, what's his name? The guy who has the necklace.
Oh, yeah.
Tombstone.
Tombstone, yeah. Tombstone.
Classic.
Yeah.
Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
Like the dialogue between the dialogue he had. I don't know. Everything was well done. It was fun, and it was very yeah. I don't know if you liked Shaft, you'll probably like this.
I think the cover of this says it all. Like it's just like
This cover.
The cover is fucking bad.
like Luke Cage is like being like big as fuck in the background, Power Man, and
Yeah.
Iron Fist in front, like yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys get like a 70s vibe from this?
Well, you
No,
missed it.
totally.
You just said that.
Yeah.
I went to the restroom, so apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize.
It's
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like real kind of like I don't know, light in 70s.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
cool.
Speaking of light, can I just say I was a little amused, especially with all the Jessica Jones and the Netflix and her diversity of swear words usage. Because of her,
Fiddle faddle.
Fiddle faddle. Luke Cage refuses to use any swear words because they have a toddler daughter.
Yeah.
So and
Hilarious.
it's really amusing because Danny, aka the Iron Fist, was like, "What the hell?" And he goes, Jessica won't let me swear, and you're just like, and I'm so used to classic Jessica Jones being like,
Oh, she swears all the time.
She swears all the time, and more so than ever in the Netflix show. And I laughed right out
But their
loud.
toddler, there's one frame where the toddler is just swearing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
well,
just
I
like
thought it was
a bunch
just
of
her
cuss words.
gibberish that she was saying.
At first that's what I thought, and then I was like, oh, that's what, like, I thought, like, the toddler was swearing, and that's why
Oh,
she
see, I just thought she was
isn't
speaking
letting
gibberish.
him swear because the toddler's
Oh.
swearing.
Yeah.
So the toddler's doing all the swearing, and they're saying things like,
Okay.
you're annoying the fiddle faddle out
Got
of me.
it. See, I thought she was just speaking toddler gibberish, and that's what they were trying to. But that's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
So and it's fun, and I would be willing to say, if you like the cover, you'll like the whole comic.
Right. That's you get what you pay for with the cover there.
Look up the
Yeah.
hip hop
It is-
variant cover too. Just saying.
It's
Was
super
that
super fun.
hip hop variant cover too?
No, there's a variant cover, which Dan has informed me that
a
is
homage to
the homage.
Mob Deep.
Yeah.
1995.
And I thought it was slightly homoerotic until he pointed out that it is exactly like
Spot on.
the spot on the album cover. Mob Deep. Yeah.
Which is also slightly homoerotic.
It is, but yeah, it's just.
Thank you for saying that.
It doesn't make it less homoerotic.
Well, it's weird because I thought that variant cover was the original until I bought the comic from Southside Comic, and I'm like,
Okay.
wait, is this a different one? And he goes, no, that was the hip hop variant cover, and I'm like, oh.
Oh, there it is.
So, yeah.
It's $8 on eBay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and of course, he's got like the puckered lips, and I'm going, this is slightly gay.
Yeah.
But if you look up the album cover for
Mob Deep.
Mob Deep, and it's spot on.
Oh,
It
I
is.
just found.
1995, the infamous.
And then compare them side by side, and I get it.
Yeah, I just
Well
found
done.
that the frame you guys are talking about, and yeah, it's
The fiddle
She
thing?
directly addresses. She says, because Danny says, "What the hell is fiddle faddle?" And then it's the kid with just a bunch of like nonsense. It says like fuck,
Yeah.
and then Jessica says, "Luke, I love you, sweetie, but you've got to do something about all
On
the
the swearing, got it.
Yeah, so it's
All
like
right.
a direct. Yeah, so he's not like he's clearly not allowed to.
All right.
And
yeah.
holy shit, the Mob Deep album, the
Yep.
infamous,
It's exactly.
is that, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was my
It's
first.
like also like real goofy too. Like
is.
actually I wouldn't say the Mom Deep album doesn't look.
It's very '90s rap.
Yeah, it's just like a 90s, like a I don't know,
What up, Thug Life?
Gangsta's
frivolous
Paradise type, you know.
90s rap cover. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say it looks gay or anything. I mean,
Look at my nostrils.
not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's, it's not. It doesn't look.
His
that
head
way to
resting
me.
on his
When's the
shoulder.
last time
No. He's like in front. He's in
Here, I'll
front of
show
the
you.
camera.
I've got it on my phone.
he
'Cause
has
I
his
have
head
the
nuzzled
variant
into
cover.
No,
his
he's no,
neck.
he's
Oh,
in
you
front.
got
He's
it?
like way in
Yeah, I
front.
have it,
He's leaning
and
back.
that's.
He's in front of the
I
in the
bought it before
foreground.
this one.
Yeah. So you didn't know.
That's very
Look how much
Did
perceptive.
not
bigger his
know.
head is than that guy's.
I thought maybe he just had a big head.
No,
The other guy
he's just,
looks-
he's just like up
Puckered
against the
lips, and I'm
frame,
just like, oh.
and then
Yes.
I will say that they took that picture. The guy, Mob Deep, was like, yo, that looks good. And then one of their friends was like, dude, do you have your head nuzzled into his neck?
Yes, see that
And it
was
was like,
my first.
oh, fuck.
He was like,
Especially
they made the
the,
decision real fast.
Yeah. They're
his
like,
lips
oh,
are all puckered. I don't know. It bothers
Yeah.
me a little bit.
boo boo.
Here's what I hope. Now that we obviously have a Luke Cage in the Netflix universe and the Knight of Flowers, whoever his real name is, I don't know. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
guy.
real name.
He has been cast as Iron Fist. I hope that the Luke Cage series comes out and Iron Fist gets introduced
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
into that series and they become the heroes for hire, and then the Iron Fist series goes to Iron Fist's
Kunlun and
backstory
stuff.
and brings us to that point where
Yeah.
they meet in the Luke Cage series.
And it was IO9. I think they made a really they made kind of a good point. They were like, listen, this is an opportunity for them to this is like a miscast. They said because this is an opportunity to like kind of like take back Iron Fist because that came out in a time where it was like, oh, it's the 70s. Was it 70s? Iron Fist the 70s.
Yeah, well, it was 70s.
It's like it's the 70s, and like we
mid-70s.
think kung fu is cool, but like no one's gonna buy a comic that stars an Asian guy, so it has to be like a white guy who gets Asian people powers.
But there was Shang-Chi was the same time. Master Kung Fu was
Right,
the
the Master
same
of
time.
Kung Fu. Yeah, that's true. But like they were just saying like because this is like a high profile thing, like all these Netflix series are doing really well. Like you could just have it be an Asian guy and it would
They
be totally
could.
fine. And like maybe they should have done that because they really won't have a lot of like Asian characters in yet in the cinematic universe. Because actually are there any?
Well, in Daredevil, they're the Hand.
Well, yeah,
Like
can,
they
but,
are,
yeah.
and I heard that Marvel Studios' counter to that was we are going to cast Shang-Chi, and
Oh,
he is
okay.
going to
'Cause
be
that
an
character's
Asian,
awesome.
and he is going to be in the Iron Fist series.
Okay, sweet. Because
So-
Shang-Chi is badass.
Yeah, like if they're going to do that, then okay, like because you're going to give equal representation to that form of martial arts,
Right.
Which would be fair. Because I agree with you. They should. Because isn't this the year where like there was all kinds of like backlash against the
Because Gods of
Academy
Egypt.
about-
Yeah, because there's no brown people in that whole movie. It's about
except for
Egypt.
one, right?
I don't know if there are any.
I think
There
there's
might.
one.
I don't know.
I think there's one.
I don't know.
Which
Even
is
one is
kinda
kind of an
terrible.
insult.
That's not
yeah.
the point. But yeah, that shit is like totally ridiculous.
So is Jamie Lannister in that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Like, he's Horus because Horus is a white guy.
Wow.
In ancient Egypt, that's the obvious choice.
Oh dear Lord.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you know that I've said that to like a few people too? I've been like, oh hey, you want to go see whatever Gods of Egypt? What the fuck's it? I was like, it's all white people. And like it didn't. They're like, I don't know. Like, wait a minute, no, you didn't get what I was just doing there. Like it's like
That's not okay. It's not okay.
do you think they imagine them to be white? Like, granted, they're gods and they could take on like whatever color they imagine them to be. But do you think that a race of brown people imagined white gods?
Absolutely.
Like, probably
actually,
not.
They actually weren't any colors because they had the heads of animals.
Yeah.
They probably their skin was probably the same color. Like it was brown, but like Horus doesn't have a human face at all.
Ra's red.
Yeah. Rod's just red. Yeah.
He's Indian.
Oh, and, Osiris is green, like greenish
They're
blue.
all different colors. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's no.
Yeah.
God.
If they would have, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe if they would have painted like them the colors like of mythology, that would have been. No, that's not better. Never mind.
That'd
I'm
be
not
worse.
going to try and justify.
That's
it.
stretching.
No, fuck that.
Yeah.
A bunch of assholes.
Assholes.
Yeah. Well, I literally have to go. But
That's it anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Good podcast.
All right, peace out. Thanks, Jens.
We
for
hope you
stopping
like the
by.
new format. We
Yeah.
try to structuralize things so that we could be
Yeah,
a
more
little
content.
bit more on task.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More content,
But-
less nonsense.
Less ramble.
We
but
wanted to
we like to
include the
ramble.
ramble too. Like
Yeah, we have some ramble man.
so we talk about like how do we mesh that? So feedback always welcome.
Yeah, let us know.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
that means you,
any
Billy.
questions?
Please submit more questions on the Facebook page.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
submit-
we could
we have a
do
Twitter account?
we could do
Yes.
less
Yes.
We do.
books if you
Yes.
guys want to hear more books, or if you guys want to hear about less books.
Let
More
us
bullshit about fewer books.
Yeah.
Or
Do we take
less bullshit.
suggestions?
Right.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of
Suggestions.
We take everything.
Yeah. Our various social media things are. You can find us on Facebook. Just search "Grown-Up Human Comic People." On Instagram, we are once again. You can just search "Grown-Up Human Comic People."
Yeah.
We have a Tumblr, which I think you can still search the same thing. And then on Twitter, I think it's at GH Comic People. So any of those things, however you want to get at us, just follow us or send us a message or whatever you want.
Holla at your boy.
grownuphumancomicpeople at Gmail if you want to give us an email or whatever.
Yes.
If you're still in the late 90s, that's cool.
Come down to the shop too.
Yeah. Go down to
Southside
on
Comics.
Come down to
MySpace.
Southside Comics, yeah.
Yeah. Or check us out.
It's the one thing that, well, whatever. It's hilarious.
Anyway, so this is us signing the fuck off.
Signing off.
bye.
Hey, check out the shop online too.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
we're launching online.
Yeah.
Trying to do big things.
Check out our MySpace.
Buy some Ian's comics.
Yeah, my
Do we have a live journal too?
No, my
Oh, fuck. Or Zanga.
Oh God, I never had any. What?
Never mind.
Bye
Give
everybody.
the drink a try.
But seriously, go to southsidecomics.com.
PGH.com.
PGH, sorry.
Some douche owns SouthsideComics.com,
Really?
and we have offered lots of money
Yeah.
to, buy the domain,
Yeah.
and he doesn't even respond, and he doesn't even use it. So
So if
it's
you're
very
that guy,
frustrating.
fuck you.
Go to
Yeah, fuck
fucking
you.
hell, dude.
What
Like,
does he
we
have
a
it for?
legit.
What the fuck's he doing?
I don't
Is there
know.
a site there?
There's nothing.
Oh, fuck
it's
you,
nothing.
man.
It's a
You
dead
fucking
domain,
asshole.
but he just owns it. So we can't. And we put some significant offers out there, and he won't fucking bite, and it's really frustrating because
That's
Let-
pretty
let's-
common,
that's our
though.
store name.
Let's hashtag that website and just have people,
You're a
talking
douche.
about, yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, but
so,
check out our website. We're trying to We are opening up the Diamond catalog on our website. So like
Nice.
anything they have, you can get through us. So it's kind of
That's actually cool because
revolutionary.
That's badass.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
no, nobody else does
I
that.
was gonna say, there's
so
not a lot of people who do that, so that's really cool, actually.
come get it.
Yeah.
All right.
Get at me.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers
Yeah.
to fucking. Yeah.
See you soon.
Cheers.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Play that music.
Comic people! Grown-up human comic people!
Daniel, still owner of his own body.
Yep.
And owning it.
So fierce.
Sexy beast.
Damn, girl. How do you do it?
Beast. You look so good.
You look good as fuck. And I'm
Does that look like
Jared.
Spock?
Did you look good as fuck?
Like Spock?
I said you look good as fuck.